Hi everyone. My name is Melanie Ford, as most of you know. Um, I'm coming on here to once again post a more personalized cry for help for us. Um, our story, Rick's cancer story, began this summer, as most of you read. Last time you all supported us in December on the GoFundMe page. He was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer that had spread to his bones, to his lymph nodes, to the outer lining of his stomach, um, and uh, we started treatment immediately. Um, he went through his chemo and everything, and we got done with that. I believe it was around October, with his chemo and his shots and everything. And at that time, we thought that he was able to go back to work. That he was doing well enough that we were in a maintenance state and we could go back to work because we had filed for disability, but the state of Georgia, and we used an attorney, the state of Georgia is 3 years behind on their disability. And with the cancer being in Rick's bones and everything, it's caused a lot of pain with that. And with the chemo, it's caused a lot of neuropathy pain. And that neuropathy pain is pretty bad. He deals with pain almost daily. But like I said, he was going to return to work, and then all of a sudden, he started having swelling on his left side. It went all the way down his leg from his stomach to the bottom of his legs to his feet. He had this swelling. So we went in, and it was about this time that I posted the cry for help on the GoFundMe page last time, because we had to go in for more biopsies because they ran PET scans to see what was causing the swelling, and they found more enlarged lymph nodes and everything, and some areas of concern with some neuropathy in the lymph nodes, or not. Or necrotic tissue in his lymph nodes, not neuropathy, necrotic tissue. And so we went in, had the biopsy done. They removed the lymph node, and did some scans on him. They didn't see any clots in his legs that would be causing this swelling to happen. And the results of the biopsy came back and only showed the prostate cancer. It didn't show any lymphoma like they thought it might, which we were so. This was such a blessing to us, and we found this out right before Christmas. And Christmas was really, really hard for us this year, really hard for us to get in the spirit at all. But thanks to you all and your support in December, we were able to give my 7-year-old son, magical Christmas that he deserved. And you all helped us out at that time, and I'm trying not to cry. This takes a toll on you. And I'm the only means of support for our family. I have a decent job, but we live in Ringgold, and my job is in Cleveland, which isn't too close to Ringgold, and so I have to travel every day. And my son goes to school in Cleveland as well, and so that takes a lot of gas money. And I work in Cleveland because I couldn't find another job that would give me the graciousness that this job has given me, and been of such a blessing during my time that I needed off to be with Ray through his treatments and everything. And they've just been wonderful, and I couldn't find another place that would do that. And so I'm not even gonna consider looking for another job or anything. And we can't move closer to Cleveland, or back to Cleveland, because the cost we rent, because Rick and I started our lives again, started over in 2022, and we started from scratch. So we're still working on building that. And we don't live in any big fancy house. We don't drive big fancy cars or anything. We have 2 cars, a car and a truck, to make it to and from work. And my son goes to school in Cleveland because my son has selective mutism. which is an anxiety disorder that causes him to not be able to talk to people. His family and close friends he can talk to with no problem. He has a very advanced vocabulary. My son is very smart. It's not on the autism spectrum. It's just an anxiety disorder that's inherited through the family. And he's in a little private Christian school because he went to preschool with them and they knew his history and they were willing to work with me. And the class sizes are smaller. And so they're able to not let him get lost in the crowd, basically. And that they don't put him in special ed classes or anything, which they would if I put him in a public school. He'd probably get lost. And he's super smart, so he doesn't need to be lost. And also with him going to school in Cleveland and me working in Cleveland, I can pick him up after school and take him back to work with me and finish out my day. But Rick has not been able to work, and this has taken such a toll on us financially with our bills, and then all these doctor's bills and everything piling up. And in December, you all were able to help us crawl out of the hole some in December that we were in. And I stretched the money as far as I could. But I'm running into it again, and I'm extremely embarrassed. And this takes a huge hit on your pride to even ask for this. But we need help again. We're still working on trying to figure out why Rick is swelling. He's seeing a cardiologist now. Because the chemo has caused him to have high blood pressure. And they ran more scans on him and put him on different blood pressure medicine. And we go next week to find out the results of the heart scan. Because with this swelling, even the little bit of exercise that he gets, he starts swelling. So, if he gets up, walks around much, he starts swelling. And so that kind of makes it hard to work. And like I said, we can't get the disability, not yet, but we really need him to return to work, and I need him to return to work because he needs the physical activity, we need the financial funds, and it'll be good for his mental health. Rick has not only, being diagnosed with this horrific disease, but he's also, I sometimes feel he's lost his will to live. And he sleeps a lot. He's depressed. He's in pain constantly. And it's the neuropathy, it's the nerve pain that hurts a lot. And it's uncomfortable. And he struggled a lot because this is, taking away everything from him. And I don't hardly get to see my husband anymore because he sleeps so much. And it's hard on our family. And so the doctors have also changed some of his medication and put him on, antidepressants to try to help with that because he is depressed. But hopefully we'll find out good results and get this figured out and he can get back to work, because the doctor said that he can, he's in a maintenance state right now, and he's maintaining the cancer, and he could live for a long time with this, and so I can't just let him sit there and rot away. But the financial stress and all the other stress doesn't help either, and he won't go to therapy, and he won't go to physical therapy or counseling because that costs money. Anything that costs money, he doesn't want to do. And he wants to get his doctor's visits only down to the ones that he needs to survive, basically, so that he can get back to work. So, I'm dealing with this daily, trying to help him, and sometimes I'm at a loss. I don't know how to. But also, I've fallen, as well. Because I'm trying to handle this whole burden on my own. And I've been a rock as much as I can, but I do have my ups and downs. And today is a down day because I'm stressing. And I've been stressing really bad over how to pay our bills. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how single parents do it. I guess maybe if we had, one car and I didn't have a 7-year-old, I don't know, if food wasn't so high and everything, and we got assistance there, but I make too much for all of that. So we can't get any assistance. It's just, it's hard. It's hard on me, and I don't know how to handle this on my own. And I feel so alone at times. And today, like I said, today is just one of my breakdown days, and I'm coming to you all for a cry once again to help us. And I'm coming to you more personally instead of having to read a story, so that you can hear our story. And I would put Rick on here, but it's Saturday. He's in bed. I can't get him out of bed. So I'm telling the story by myself. I know how I have friends and family out there who support me no matter what. And I love you all and appreciate everything that you've done for us. But I don't get any support from Annix's father, because we co-parent most of the time, but I have Mannix more than he does, and I don't get any financial help from him because when we got divorced, I just wanted to be divorced, to do what was right and share our son, and I didn't want to hit him with child support or anything, and so I didn't go after that. So I don't get any support from him at all. But doesn't mean he's a bad guy. It just, whatever. It is what it is. But this is kind of where we're at right now, and what we're dealing with. Right now, I need help with paying the medical bills that we're still being hit with. We not only have medical bills for Rick, but I also have, medical bills for myself and my son that we have to pay. And like I said, the cost of groceries is just so ridiculously high. I have trouble with that. The cost of gas is expensive, and I do work remote sometimes, or as much as they'll let me. And that helps save on gas. But I still have to get Mannix to school, so really it doesn't save on gas. But the car payments are running behind again, and I can't lose my cars. My son's school, I owe that. I've talked to them, and they know my story, and they've been more than gracious. But I don't believe my ex-husband's paying his end of it, because he knows that I'm not paying my end. But I've talked to the school, and so I don't think anything's being paid on it, but they have to be paid. And so I was just stressing over that. I'm stressing over just everything. Just life in general. It's just so very hard right now. And I come to you and ask for help. I will link this to the GoFundMe page. If you all can help, I graciously appreciate it. If you can't, I understand prayers. have gotten us through this far. And sharing our story helps out as well. And I totally didn't mean to cry through this whole, video. But it's a release for me as well to talk about it to somebody. And sometimes I don't call my family and friends to talk to them about it because I don't know. I don't want to burden them. They have their own worries and everything. And I don't want to burden anybody. But, again, I'm so embarrassed. Never thought this would be a situation that I would be in. And I feel like a bum, and I'm not a bum. I know we're not bums, and we're not gonna go live with family or anything. We're gonna make it on our own. And we're too young to be dealing with this. We just started our life again. And I don't want to lose my husband. And I don't want to put this extra stress, added stress on him, which he already knows, that we have the financial problems, but he doesn't know to what extent. Because it just stresses him. And he needs to be mentally well. And I would love to put him on some more natural, medications, but I can't afford that. I can't afford the natural stuff that would help him with his pain and all of that. So I have to go with what insurance, will cover and pay the co-pays and do the best I can with what I have. And hopefully we can get him back to work and we can start to get back on our feet again. And that's just what I'm praying for. I pray to have him around for a long time. We've waited a long time to find each other. We finally found each other, and now we're hit with this, and it's very sad, and very, very hard. And I hope that none of you ever had to experience this, because it's not easy. It's not easy on the person dealing with the cancer, or the support system, the people helping to take care of you. But I love him, and I'll do whatever it takes. And I love my son, and I have to be a good mommy for him. He's only 7, and I can't not be mentally stable for him. He needs me. And I could be this person, I guess, who goes out and gets 2 jobs to help support their family. But I can't. I work a full-time job, and I have to be there the rest of the time for my son, who's just little. And so, again, like I said, I cry. There's a cry for help. So if you would please, consider it, find it in your hearts, to help us in one way or another. We would greatly appreciate it. I'm adding this on my GoFundMe page, and I'll put the link on there. I have a Venmo link, a Cash App link. Yes, and GoFundMe does take a percentage of your donations. Where going through Venmo, I can have it transferred to my checking account without getting hit with any costs or anything. And then I have one of my best friends who's been there for me for a long time. Her business, Chat City Press, has graciously offered to donate t-shirts. They're doing a t-shirt fundraiser, and I'll post that link on there as well. And Ink Expressions, they've also donated gift certificates that I'll be rallying as well. So that'll help too. Hopefully, my friends and family or whoever will, help us. But I love you all, and thank you for listening to my story. And I'm sorry it's so sad. I'm sorry I cried. But God bless. Thank you.